I'm gonna have to make my man's a theme song. Oh shit.
They just hating on me cause I live like this. For the last 20 years I've been doing this shit. Still riding around town with my face on glitz. Got the paperwork for the watch on my wrist. Nigga, how you gonna say that I ain't did that shit? For the last 20 years
We ain't promoting no beat, no
suckers.
suckers.
Still hitting corners with her face on my dick. Let me go and welcome y'all to this Juan-o shit. 40 bands in the fucking armrest of the Buick, 17 in the cup holder.
That's how you know you in Detroit. That's all you hear all day is oh, and boom, 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 and a few pop, pop, pops. Oh man, let me quit. Duh, my YouTube page went crazy today because I share my views on Trump. I've been watching this nigga my whole life. People been promoting him my whole life. He been on TV my whole life. And it's one thing I noticed about this guy. You gotta beat him. He take losses all the time, but they only to get bigger wins. And then now that I'm legit and I'm starting to understand how things work, the things that we think are losses are really wins for him. Like that move he just pulled on his golf course where he buried his wife and now he don't have to pay taxes and they can't take the land. And he did all of that before he got indicted. So now he got property that he could borrow against no matter what they do with his funds to fight. Not only that, he was already stepping down his wealth so any one of his kids could pay that tab. But let's be for real here. This guy been a player of the game for so long, you can't tell me he didn't know they was going to do that. You can't tell me he didn't know they was going to come there. I'm willing to... And that's the whole thing about it. I've been watching this guy play the game. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't got an enemy, he'll create one. If he ain't got a fight, he'll make one. And that's what he doing right here. And he fighting his way right back. But instead of begging y'all to let him back on social media or any of these other places, y'all gonna beg him to come back. I gotta fuck with a winner. You know what I'm saying? Especially as black people, we fuck with things that we like or things that make us feel good. And that's why we always losing. Fuck that. Fuck that. We got to fuck with a winner. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just speaking politically. I'm speaking generally. You know what I'm saying? That's just like some of these other cultures. These relationships are mated and then they learn to love each other. But they're mated as winners. The same way, I hate to give them credit, but the same way the slave master used to mate us. For wins. We not mating for wins. We not mating for wins. We not voting for wins. We not working for wins. We not doing shit to win. You know what I'm saying? I've been voting for a nice amount. Tatted by Bucks, bitch. Pow. Anyway, and that's my man's. That's my man's. Bucks is my man's. Fuck the TV show, all that shit. That's my man's. Because that's my man's in them. You know. Anyway. We losing. Now, I was conflicted about voting for Trump when he ran the second time, but my mother has been telling me how to vote since I first voted. And in most black households, that's how it's going. The woman who's watching the news all day, depending on which one she's picked, getting all the information from them, which we all see how the news work, slighted. And I've been voting like that. I'm working, I make money, I pay bills, I ain't got time. But now I make a little too much money to not have time to know what the fuck is going on. And I don't like what the fuck is going on, quite frankly. And then as a black man, I watched the Obama administration. I'm not just gonna blame him because I'm a black man with a job. I know how they do you. I know how they do you. And you don't want to lose your benefits. You got teeth. You got kids with teeth like this and all that type of shit. Toes crooked. Whatever the case may be. I get it. I get it. So we ain't just gonna knock him. And then not only that, he wasn't supposed to be the first black president anyway. They had somebody else in line But we're going to get back to that later. Bam. Niggas mad I'm fucking with Trump. And some people understand, but I'm switching over. Anyway, back to the story about my mama telling me who to vote for. She made me vote for this motherfucker Biden. I don't like it. I knew not to vote for Biden. Bull Connor was his mentor. All the little things he said. He been in politics since the fucking late 70s. And they did nothing but be against black men. Period. Point blank. Let's be clear. He done said all kind of things about what he ain't doing and it don't even acknowledge us. I ain't hear this dude say black people till he went on the Breakfast Club. And I felt like that statement was some bullshit. I guess they about to get some pub. The bootleg liquor man don't do E40 liquor. So when I go to the liquor store, I'm buying E40. Wine, whatever, woo. But when I hit, I'm an independent rapper on an independent budget. And in Detroit, for the most part, the black network is still in effect to a degree. They trying to kill that too. Back to the topic of discussion, this nigga Trump. Tired of losing, man. And I'm looking at this guy, and I feel like he set this whole play up. So now we gonna talk about him. We gonna bring him up. They gonna put him back on the news. And to be quite honest with you, I bet none of the paperwork that they found was anything to really tax him like that. And you can still run for president while you under indictment and while you got a charge. Matter of fact, you can still run for president from your jail cell. Now, where everybody is lost at, they say he a racist, he this, that, or whatever. It ain't been one president that ain't racist. Period. Point blank, period. You think they'd have let Obama in the White House if he wasn't mixed? Think about it. You know what I'm saying? Dick Cheney robbed, Bush robbed, fucking Reagan robbed, Nixon robbed. You can go as far back as you want down the line of presidents. Everybody robbed. So me getting mad at Trump because he legitimately playing the game because he know the loopholes is something I never do. My mama had me at 15 years old and shit. I used to have to go to work with her. And I would sit in the lunchroom and hear those white guys, for everybody from the executive to the maintenance crew, come in, and maintenance crew make damn good money. So as a blue collar person, they make damn good money. So like, and I'm hearing these conversations. All they would talk about is loopholes. As a black person in black culture, I don't hear black people talk about loopholes. They don't even know them. They don't even know them. It's black people with acres and they won't put a goat on them. You know what I'm saying? To save on that tax money or some shit like that. They don't know. But that's what Juan-o's world about. As I get information, I'm going to put it back to you how I need to be put. And that's how we going to get it. But back to the story. I can't hate Trump for that. As a matter of fact, I respect it. I respect it so much that I can't knock it. And seeing how I can't knock it, I need to roll with it. You got to think about it. Ice Cube came out with a plan, talking about a plan on Saturday, dropped something on Monday. Before he can get the people to revise it, Trump had already adapted some of the shit in his plan that he put out on that Thursday, that following Thursday. Like, what I see in Trump, because don't get me wrong, I feel like all these motherfuckers is racist and don't mean nobody no well, and they got that right to be. Just like I got the right to feel and think how I feel and think about everybody else. But that don't stop us from crossing the line and doing business or having dinner together or busting down a bitch. I mean, we are men. So I understand that other people don't understand that, but in my life, I have been allotted to be allowed to the table. I've been invited to the table. I've been needed at the table. I've begged to be at the table. So I've seen it on all ends. And believe me, the air at the top is thin. It's going to be a black guy, Jewish guy, white guy. It might be one or two extra of one or two different nationalities. And we are always going to be the minority in the room, which is a fact. But nonetheless, the air at the top is thin. And this guy playing to win. I think I'm going to ride with this nigga. Not I think. I know I am. I can't ride with none of these other motherfuckers. And then you want to kick the Willy Bobos about it. The Republican Party was the ones that freed slaves. You know what I'm saying? I carry my gun every day. We ain't got to show that. I agree with some of the values. I agree with a lot of things that they core values. I just don't agree with how they come across with them. But then at the same time, I do, because as a Republican, as a black Republican, shit, I can speak just how they do for my people. And that's the problem. Ain't none of us speaking how we need to be speaking for our people. And then the Democratic Party, these motherfuckers ain't speaking how they need to speak for us at all. We done gave them 50, 60 years worth of votes, money, and all type of shit, and they ain't giving us nothing. They put sexuality in front of our humanity. Gays got rights before us, the Asians, and the Mexicans. While it's taking rights away from the Hispanics and the goddamn Native Americans. But we're going to get back to that later. Yo, I say all that to say this. What I see in Trump is somebody willing to make deals. And he willing to make the right deals and the good deals that make sense. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of America's black population makes sense. Period. Period. It do. You know what I'm saying? We owe, not only are we owed, whenever black people got money, the economy is straight. Trump knows this. Trump fucking knows this. So, I'm riding with him. So, don't call my phone polling me. Don't jump on my page with that bullshit. I mean, you can, and I'm going to argue with you up and down the motherfucking list. And please believe, I'm really a nerd underneath all this. I just ended up in the street. You know what I'm saying? But like, so you can jump in my inbox. You can comment, but I'm going to pretty much prove you wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's that. And please believe, let me tell you how you really know this is set up. Ain't no other president, not even Bush, with that big ass estate in Texas, been allowed to just straight live at their house. Trump had people in Mar-a-Lago the whole time. He was conducting business from that bitch. You a goddamn fool if you think his defense ain't already set up from there. And then they already allowed it and secured it for him to conduct business from there. That's just a whole nother other aspect of it. Me personally, I feel like everything, even if he did steal paperwork, I feel like everything in that house was inconsequential. And he put on a whole show so he could talk about y'all and then come back with the double time fake news. Period. That's just like when I used to give my phone number out in the new neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, with some of that motherfucking straight drop. Now, I lost money on the straight drop, period, because it's clean, bam. But on the real for real, I made money on the double up because they fucking with me, because he like, look at the oil came back. You know, I spent 10 and smoked all night. You know what I'm saying? Not that it was a Dumbo. I'm trying to speak properly because all type of folks be on my page. So I'm trying to, not that it was a Dumbo, but it was a quality factor. And I feel like that's what's going on here. So I ain't gonna hold y'all all night, but I had to touch on that because I see people getting with me and I'm fucking with them in the comments. But period, if he make it through this like I think he about to, he got my vote. Period. Point blank. And you can hate me all day. I own several houses. I'm putting signs in all the grasses. I'm putting bumper stickers on my shit. Matter of fact, I might bubble wrap one of the cars. I might register as a Republican. I'm sick of this shit. Before I let you go, let me tell you what a Democrat did to me. Granholm. They instituted some illegal shit called driver responsibility fees. That's when you get a ticket. Based on the ticket, they charge you anywhere from $125 to $350 once a year. On top of your ticket, your clearance fees and all of that, right? You know how many people they put in debt how many people license they took, how many people they caused to lose your job. Because if you don't pay the driver response, even though you paid the ticket and took care of all that shit, if you don't pay the driver responsibility fee, you go to jail. They'll pull you, cancel your license, pull you over, take your car, all that, right? Made several $1 million in excess. They never told us where that money went. And then once we figured out it was illegal and they abolished it, they never gave us none of that money back. They never restituted anybody they robbed from. A Democrat did that. And now I'm starting to understand with all this big government, and then I'm starting to understand with the Republican way. The Republican want insight, borderline restrictions, the choice for us to grow. The Democrat kind of want the same thing, but they want to put somebody in the middle of everything. So what ends up happening is everything becomes more expensive and don't shit get done. But not everybody get the illusion of inclusion. The Republicans know that's fake. We ain't got no time for that. Let's save all that. Everybody handle themselves. We all put in what we supposed to put in on what count for us all. I do business with you, you do business with me, but we ain't doing no handouts. What the fuck is wrong with that? Let's pay everybody we owe. Yeah. I for sure just became a Republican tonight. All this mask and corona shit, but depending on what job you got, no matter what the fuck going on, your ass got to go to work tomorrow. You telling me that's real? That's real? Is it? That's real. Is it? What I pay in child care per week is the same thing somebody working at McDonald's 45 hours a week make. That's what type of world we living in with all this big government oversight. I'm riding my, I could jump in the truck. But at fucking $5 a gallon, I don't even want to sit, park, and run the AC and do a YouTube in that bitch. It's crazy. I ain't saying motherfuckers gonna save the world. I'm saying we need to vote for our interests. And right now, my interest is to get cost fair and an opportunity for me to get in the door and get it myself. I don't need no motherfucker telling me what they gonna do for me and whispering sweet nothings in my ear for when we get in the room to fuck. They didn't use they roles. And now I ain't got no hoes because I've been listening to they sweet nothings. So now I'm in the bed jacking off with myself. Fuck that. And that's how the Democratic Party been playing this, man. That's how they been playing this. And my mama gonna see this and be mad, but God damn it, we'll put the turkey in the middle of the dinner table. I'm sick of that shit. Period. And I'm the one that can do what need to be did when what need to be did needs to be done. So, and that's what it is. And that's another thing about the Republican Party I'm fucking with. They down with men being men and women being women and each other not stepping on each other's toes. You understand? So, I don't know if I gotta take an oath or something or write a letter, but I'm about to get my motherfucking card. Yeah, I'm about to get my card. Don't tell my mama though.